Welcome to Yeukai Business Show, UK's premier business show where we feature business thought leaders, high achievers, and industry experts. Today's episode is brought to you by World Outsourcing Solutions Limited, a company that specializes in helping executive business owners with virtual assistant services and business growth systems. Here's your host, Yeukai Kachidori.
Hello, it's Yeukai Kajidori here, and on behalf of my business partner, Trevor Stockwell, and the amazing team here at World Outsourcing Solutions, want to welcome you to this special episode of Enlightened Entrepreneur. You can find us at worldoutsourcingsolutions.com, where we specialize in providing business owners from all walks of life with highly trained, highly skilled virtual assistants. We are the go-to center of all your outsourcing needs based here in the United Kingdom. Hello guys, it's Yeukai again, and thank you for joining us today on this special episode of Enlightened Entrepreneur. And today my special guest is KB Lee. Now, KB is a very special gentleman, and I'm very excited about what he's going to be sharing with us about brand creation. KB Lee is the founder and the CEO of Ever Bamboo, and his origin is in Asia. He moved to Canada at a very young age. And from there, he started the bamboo company, the one we're going to be talking about today, and created a brand. In few years, he created a brand which is nationally recognizable, all in Canada. And then he expanded the company into the US, where he created a brand again, the same brand. And he's really good at creating brands. He then moved on to Australia, where he created the exact same brand, and now has got plans to be creating the same brand here in London, United Kingdom. So I'm very excited to be talking to KB here today. KB, welcome to the call.
Hi, Yeukai. Thank you for having me.
It's awesome to have you on the call. Now, before we get started, KB, would you share your story of how you got started in this journey of entrepreneur, and especially giving us your background from China, your migration to Canada, and to right where you are right now?
Yes, Yeukai, thank you. So I started in my experience in business started when I was young, watching my grandfather, running his towel factory in Hong Kong, and I saw my father helping him doing that. So that was, how I saw, how business were being run, how products were being made, and and then I think we even helped in the factory for sure. Just doing small stuff.
Incredible. And then you moved to Canada. And from there, you ended up getting into business. Share with us that experience.
Yeah, I moved. My family immigrated to Canada when I was a teenager. So I, study here. I got my education in engineering, but all along I have been always interested in business. I got many different part-time jobs, but I always pay attention to how the business was being run when I was at the job. And my father's got his own company in insurance, so I was helping him when I was a teenager as well.
Excellent. So you would say that your dad was sort of your mentor in how to run business?
Yes, definitely. Most definitely.
Incredible. Many of our listeners here understand, the importance of having a mentor, and hearing you talk about that, and especially given the success you've had in building the same company, building a recognizable brand in 3 different countries, would certainly appreciate, your views on the importance of a mentor. Would you talk to us about that?
Yeah, definitely. I started Ever Bamboo when in 2007. I had no experience in this type of business, like building a brand and also selling a product to retailers and distributors. So I really needed help. So I got a loan, and then which is somewhat government related, And then with the loan, it came with a mentor as well. So he helped me tremendously during that time, and on how to start my business and growing my brand, and how should I do my budget and cash flow, and all the important areas.
Incredible. What would you say to somebody who is getting started, is important about having a mentor?
It's very important because you can either learn it through trial and error or learn from other people's mistake. So, is either one or the other, and trial and error could be very expensive, and could and you if you are only learning by trial and error, you pay for a lot of your mistakes, and it's either the mistakes could be in time or in money, and both are very, very important. So one of the things I'm trying to do is to learn from other people's mistake, and by doing that, you are not losing that much on time and money, and that alone can save your business.
Incredible. I was listening to Tony Robbins, who happened to be one of my all-time favorite mentor. He says the fastest way to get to where you want to be is to find people who are doing what you want to do and model their success. And success leaves clue. You get to see the patterns, what they all do to ensure they succeed. And and hearing the same thing from you in a different setup, all the way in Canada, experiencing the same thing like Tony Robbins and many of the entrepreneurs we have hosted here on the show, just solidifies again to the listeners the importance of having a mentor. Let's jump on to talk about, what did you do to get your first client?
Okay, Yeukai. Okay, yes, I start, emailing, potential retailers and distributors, and we start sending them samples, customer samples. We obviously started off with some of our local retailers, so I would drop off samples to the buyers, and then I follow up with them and see what they think of our products.
Incredible. And in our previous conversation, you were talking about selling things at local festival. Talk to us about that as well, as part of your marketing you were using back then in 2007.
Yeah, when I first got the company started, the first thing we did was to get a booth at a local festival. It was Chinese New Year's in 2007. So I saw the product first in 2006. So right away, I was trying to look for an opportunity to test the product and see, what was the public reaction, what do consumers think about the product. So I got a booth and I shipped products from Asia, using express air service. So just not a lot of products because it's quite expensive, but I ship enough to test how the market was like.
Yes, and amazingly enough, now you move approximately 100,000 units every year from your activities.
Yeah, it's incredible, the process. That's what I enjoy the most. Yeukai is the process of building this brand. It's been 9 years, and it's been very, very interesting. I mean, we started not in the best time, so to say, just when the first booth that we got, the first trade show that we did was in 2008, and that was right about the downturn of the economy.
Yes.
So I know of our neighbors, like in the trade show, they talk about how how buyer used to write orders and stuff. We didn't experience any of that because of the timing. So it was very tough, but it was good in a way that we started at that time, so that we know we know this is going to be a marathon, and it's going to be it's going to take some work. It's not going to be it's not going to be easy. But I didn't start this because it's easy. So
yes. Hearing things like that from you is incredible. Given the success you've had, when you started it, you started with the right mindset. It is not going to be easy. It is going to take tenacity, determination, and perseverance in going after your goals. And for our listeners who are looking into starting a business, really and truly, what KB is sharing here is, really is the journey for all entrepreneurs. That when you get started, sometimes it's not as easy as you get to find out later on. That's what people always say. But for you to succeed in this journey of entrepreneur, you have to have those skills and that sort of outlook to the business as a whole. Let's talk about the way you market your business right now. You've grown so much over the last 9 years. How do you market your business?
Yeah, Yeukai, we market our business, in many different ways. We did trade shows before, different kind of trade shows like gift shows and eco-friendly shows. And over time, we learned that finding the right type of trade shows to do is very important, especially finding your niche in the market, because your product could be, could do well in so many different markets. But which market do you start with? Because it's best for you to focus in a niche and then really dominate that niche and then expand from that. And in the beginning, we did not know that. So we were doing all kinds of trade shows and we didn't see a good return.
Yes.
And then over time, we learned to work with distributors, because in the beginning, we really want to work with the retailers. We want to sell to the retailers. But we found it being difficult, because a lot of retailers, especially the big ones, they don't want to buy directly from you. They want to buy through a distributor that they are already ordering from on a regular basis.
Yes, people like to do business with the people they know, like, and trust. Just like one of my mentors often reminds me.
Yeah, so using distributors is one of the ways we market our products.
Okay, because your product is physical, other than using distributors to market your product, do you do any online activities?
Yes, we do a lot of online activities. We had obviously we had a website, and we started our online store back in 2013. Before that, we were working with a lot of online retailers. So we were selling on their platform and on their website.
Right. Incredible.
And then also social media, right? Because like Facebook, Twitter, we got on Twitter back in 2008.
Yes.
When none of my friends were on Twitter. It was kind of the beginning, and we started to grow, and now we have over 2,000 followers on Twitter.
Incredible. As we come near the end of our interview here, KB, what do you know now, 9 years later, in running your business and expanding your business internationally, that you wish you knew when you got started?
Wow, Yeukai, a lot of things. But one thing for sure is to to set a really good budget and to really follow it, because I was being an optimist, doing a lot of marketing and trade shows and being quite aggressive.
Yes.
But not and always thinking that I would see the return when I do this trade show and I'll do this and that. But that wasn't the case most of the time. So I would really expect the worst case. Just expect the worst case scenario, and not really focusing all my energy and effort onto this trade show and that, but really look at our numbers and look at our finances, and then plan our cash flow accordingly. Because I ran into many trouble with cash flow, in the beginning. And talking about trade show, I come to learn that you don't need to get a exhibit at a trade show, getting your own booth. You can just go to a trade show as an attendee and get businesses. You can network at trade show. You identify, potential customers, potential distributors at trade shows, just by, you walk around and you see what other people are doing. If you get your own booth and you're running your own booth just by yourself, then you're waiting for other people to come to you. You cannot leave your booth, and it's very it's very not an ideal way to do it. That's what I found is much more to be proactive. And when going to a trade show as an attendee is much cheaper than getting your own booth. It's like 10 times cheaper than getting your own booth.
Incredible! Thank you for that. And what else would you wish you had known, 9 years ago, that probably would have made your life much easier?
Again, I talk about finding your niche. We were all over the place. I then going after all different types of markets and channels, and I would say, just finding your niche in a specific channel or market, and also really target the online channel early, because that was my big mistake, is what was not on selling on Amazon at the very beginning and using their platform. So actually we are starting to do that just now, doing the Canada and the US Amazon platform. So, that's huge. That's where people shop at nowadays. So, I don't know how we missed that for so long. So now, I wish I'd known that.
Incredible. And with Amazon now, with, Amazon, fulfillment by Amazon, it's much easier to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the huge thing, is to be on the fulfillment, because that's where people can get the free shipping and all the perks.
That's correct. Now, if you were talking to somebody who's getting started right now, what would be maybe your finest advice you would be willing to give them?
I would, plan out your finances, your cash flow, your working capital, and see, whether you can start it full time. If not, study part time. That's the ideal way to have a full time job that is relatively low stress, and then you can start a part time business and eventually grow it into a full time business.
Incredible. Thank you for that. And in our previous conversation, you mentioned something like, making maximum use of online tools like Infusionsoft, landing pages. Would you expand that for our listeners in this show today?
Yeah, online marketing is something that we starting to focus on this year.
Yes.
So in terms of growing our mailing list, we actually got featured on The View by Whoopi Goldberg back in 2014. So our products were featured as one of her favorite things.
Okay.
So within 2 months, we got like 600 orders, and we started our like a customer list from that point, and then since then we've been growing that on a consistent basis. So Infusionsoft is CRM, but it's also like a automation system where it'll send out emails to your subscribers.
Yes.
And the important thing about that is also it can segment your audience. So you're not sending the same newsletter or the same marketing material or the same sale to all your customers. You can segment them depending on their interests and where they are at in your sales funnel. So,
incredible.
So that's Infusionsoft, and then we are just playing with online ads right now with Google AdWords. We are not having a lot of success. We are seeing some good metrics, some good numbers to as a reference.
Yes.
So, but we know we are not getting the good conversion because we haven't set up landing pages. So we are directing the click to our product page. But what we should do is to set up a landing page with a brain dead offer. So they again is to capture their email address and their name, and then start nurturing the relationship, because customer don't buy when you're ready to sell. Customer, they buy when they're ready.
Correct. That's correct. That's correct. Well,
Yeah.
KB, it's been absolutely wonderful to have you on the show today. If people want to get hold of you, where can they find you?
Yeah, our website is everbamboo.com, and my email is kb@everbamboo.com. So, yeah, that's my contact, and people can contact me for questions, or I'm learning so much myself. There's a lot that I don't know, but sometimes I may know where to find the answer. So I'm open to build up more relationships, meet more people, and learn from each other.
Incredible. Once again, thank you for being here with us. And it's wonderful to learn from somebody who has established a business right from scratch, building a brand in the local country, in Canada, in this case, export the idea to the US, Australia, and now coming up to the United Kingdom. And for our listeners there, I encourage you to get in touch with KB here. If you are not able to do that, underneath this audio, there will be all KB's social media networks that you can get hold of him. And
Awesome.
And also, if you've got any questions and you're not able to get hold of him, you can send an email to support@World Outsourcing Solutions, and one of our team will be here to help you. Once again, thank you for being with us, KB, and we wish you all your success, especially in your journey to the United Kingdom, building your brand over here and increasing the number of units you are selling out to the UK. And we wish you all the success with the US, Australia, and of course, back in your own backyard in Canada, in what you're doing right there.
Awesome.
And
thank you.
You're welcome. And our listeners, thank you for being with us. We look forward to spending more time with you in our next episode of Enlightened Entrepreneur. Have a great day, and talk to you very soon.
Thank you for listening to Yeukai Business Show. We will be back to bring you more episodes with success stories and advice straight from the experts. Want more? Check out www.yukaibusinessshow.com. Get your free trial of our virtual assistant service today. Just visit www.worldoutsourcingsolutions.com. Quote WOS18 or send us an email at support@worldoutsourcingsolutions.com.